Hey guys, it's Fire Ginger Wolf back here with the Guild Wars video. For this video, playing with a Scourge condition heal. I know the last couple Necromancers builds have been this way. I couldn't think of any others off the top of my head, but as I've been playing, I've been making a note of some, and I'm going to do a video later today that goes over some of the new builds, including some Necro ones. So after this one will be not condition heal builds, I promise. So we're going to jump into our game like usual. We'll go through the traits, skills, weapons, all that stuff, and then we'll get started here. So, all right. So with traits here, we have blood magic. We have mark of evasion, leave a mark of blood when you dodge, which when it triggers bleeds enemies and regenerates allies. Blood bond, cast lesser signet of vampirism when you inflict bleeding on a foe that already has at least 3 stacks of bleeding. This marks a foe, and allied players will siphon life from the enemy. Vampiric, siphon health when you hit a foe, minions siphon health and transfer it to you. Vampiric presence, you nearby allies siphon health with attacks. This effect increases while in Shroud. Last rites, as long as you are not downed, allies near you do not bleed out if they are down. Gain healing power based on your current health. And Blood Bank, gaining health grants a proportionate amount of barrier. Conversion amount increased while at full health. For curses, we have Bard Precision. Critical hits have a chance to cause bleeding. Increases bleed duration. Insidious Disruption. Disabling a foe inflicts torment on them. Furious Demise. Gain free when entering Shroud. Gain additional precision. Master Corruption. Corruption scales gain reduced recharge and inflict additional conditions on you. So we have Blood is Power, which will apply Torment, and Corrupt Boon, which will apply bleeding. And we'll go over those when we go up to skills. Target the weak, increase critical hit chance for each condition on the foe. Gain condition damage based on your precision. And Parasitic, percentage of your condition damage heals you, which is 10%. Scourge, we have Mantle the Sand, gain the power to craft sand, shadow saves, and command them using life force. Gain access to punishment and shade skills. Shade skills inherit the effects of traits. Fell Beacon, torch skills, gain reduced recharge, gain expertise based on your condition damage. Sand Sage, gain concentration and expertise for each of your active sand shades. Herald of Sorrow, Desert Shroud becomes Sandstorm Shroud, which is enter the final shroud, gaining a powerful barrier and priming the shroud for powerful detonation that damages enemies and bolsters allies. With Torment on enemies and Barrier on allies. Blood is Sand, reduce all incoming damage taken for each sand shade you have active. And then we have Demonic Lore. Torment you inflict deals increased damage and causes your foes to burn. For skills, we have Sand Flare, gain barrier, convert a boon on nearby enemies, and torment and cripple. And with that, every time we apply torment, again burning. So hopefully we'll get lots of conditions quick, which will heal us and grant us barrier. Corrupt boon, poison yourself, transfer boons into foes on negative conditions with the self poison, self bleed. Blood is power, bleed yourself to grant might to allies around you and bleed your target while tormenting ourselves. Plague Signet, transfer conditions from nearby allies to yourself, which is 1 condition. We can send conditions to our foe up to 5. And then we have, Ghastly Breach. Breach into the realm of torment for a brief time, granting might to allies and slowing enemies. Convert a boon on enemies into torment and cripple each pulse. For the shade skills here, we have Manifest a Shade. Basically, we manifest a shade, use summon life force, using a shade ability strikes enemies near you and the shades. Nefarious Favor, your shades convert a condition on nearby allies into a boon. Sand Cascade, sand rise up near your shades to shield your enemies, nearby allies with barrier. Garish Pillar, induce fearing enemies around your sand shade. And then the Sandstorm Shroud, which we read earlier. We have the Axe and Dagger. Burner and Claw slash your foe twice, each applying vulnerability. 2 vulnerability stacks are applied against foes below 50% health. Ghostly Claws, summon Spectral Claws to slash your foe and quick for your strikes. Gain life force per strike and extra damage for each stack of vulnerability. Unholy Feast, cripple nearby enemies and convert their boons into conditions. Release an unholy burst on foes below the health threshold, which is just a little extra damage. Deathly Swarm, unleash an insect swarm to blind and transfer conditions to your enemies. And Enfeeling Blood, inflict weakness and bleed on foes in the target area. And then we have the Scepter and Torch, the chain of bleeding on all 3 attacks, poison the last, grasping death, summon skeletal hands to cripple and bleed foes in the area, Feast of Corruption, strike your target, gain life force and corrupt boons on the foe for each condition. Gain additional life force and torment, or inflict torment on them. Harrowing Wave, unleash a wave of corrupted fire, burning and tormenting foes, gain life force for each foe struck. And Oppressive Collapse, corrupt the ground around your target. If they remain within the area, they will be knocked down, granting might to allies near your target based on how many conditions they have. And again, if we disable a foe, we apply Torment, which again will just trigger the burning. And then we have the Carrion for power, vitality, condition damage, Rune of Scavenging, condition damage, vitality, and then poison duration, and convert 7% of vitality into condition damage. For the axe and dagger, we have Sigil of Agony for bleed duration, and Sigil of Peril for vulnerability duration from the axe. And then for the scepter torch, we have Agony for bleed duration, and I think that's the one I wanted. No, I want Agony for bleeding. I want Misery for torment, because the last two skills apply torment. So we're going to go with Misery for torment duration increase. So hopefully this goes well. I said I know I've done a lot of these condition damage shield builds, but I know I came up with some different ones when going through. So I'm going to do a video on that later tonight that you guys will see. New sets of videos, new necro builds instead of the same ones over and over, just changing the release position. And I'm trying to change them slightly each time, just to try different things. I think it's one thing if I keep them the same and just change the trait line, but I'm trying to make things different. So hopefully you guys are cool with that. But again, it's also if I come up with something extra, I try to make a note of it right away. Otherwise, it will escape my brain and I won't remember. But I try to go with what's on that list. I know one video, I think it was the engineer. I think I did one video on the spot because I didn't have anything I really liked. I couldn't think of anything with what I had. But I make sure to do a better job of going from the list. So. It's really warm, so I need to drink some water. So we only have 2 condition transfers, by the way. We have the Plague Signet and then the Dagger Deathly Swarm. Those are the only condition transfer skills that we have. We do not have the Staff, which is why we don't have the Soul Reaping trait, because Soul Reaping has the unblockable marks, which is really good for when you're running a heavy condition build, but I'm trying to heal from conditions just to see if that helps keep us alive. That is the idea, is trying to survive longer from dealing conditions, not as much condition damage, but the healing and then the barrier conversion as well. I think the Necro one was pretty good because I could have 3 different of the base things. When I do the other least positions, it's a little tricky because I lose out on one of the trait lines that I kind of like. So, but we'll see how this one goes. This one's got a little bit more condition damage behind it. And the Hardbringer will probably be even more, hopefully. We'll see. Okay, regeneration does not trigger. Yeah, this thing too, when you're in Shroud, this would only be better, which is kind of crazy. Siphon health when you hit a foe. Yeah. Sorry, it's really warm. And we're just waiting for a game. So, we'll see how that goes. It's one guy in the legendary. That's crazy. Alright, do I have any gear I can open?
Sweet, sweet loot.
Not really. Just looking for things to kind of speed up the time. I need to work on that Discord server. I know that's one thing. If I get that done, that'll help too. I keep saying I have a spot for you guys for these builds, and I really haven't touched it in a while. But I am making notes of those. But I gotta make sure I do that at some point. So, right. Guardian, I think, is the next one, by the way. Guardian, I'm not sure which build I'm doing quite yet, but Guardian is the next build. So you guys like the Guardian? That will be, I'm not sure what that one's going to be quite yet. But hopefully it'll be good. Alright. Ooh. Perfect. Either one of these maps. That's why either one of these maps is good for me. Alright. Let's do this. Alright. Okay, there we go. Wow. Oh, that was quick. That was really quick.
Hold on to your points. Seize theirs.
What to ask, are they invisible?
Time to do some real damage. The plaza is lost. I can outrun a secured the pier. You'll have to fight much harder. A new pattern revealed. I'm bleeding.
Bad shape here. I owe you my life.
They'll have to hit much harder. You've taken the market.
There we go.
I am readying my arena. Come, mortals, and contend for my favor.
I may not survive. Someone help me!
Maximum
There we
pain.
go.
My arena awaits. Prove your worth and gain my favor. Time to do some real damage. Endurance running low. Replenishing. You've yielded the pier. I could outrun a centaur. Got the target. Time to do some real damage.
So far, so good. It's working good.
You've taken the market.
Replenishing.
A new pattern revealed.
Oh, that's not good. Oh, come on.
You've secured the pier.
Oh, so close. So close. 7% health left.
The plaza is lost.
It moves so slow.
So vulnerable.
Are you kidding me? I didn't time that right? Nice.
I am readying my arena. Come, mortals, and contend for my favor. You've secured the pier.
Alright. 214. Isn't a bad amount.
My arena awaits. Prove your worth and gain my favor. The plaza is yours.
Time to do some real damage. I'm bleeding.
You've yielded the pier.
Come on! Let me move. Thank you.
Replenishing.
Oh my gosh.
Element of wind, heed me.
Shoot!
You've secured the pier.
Lightning bolt.
The plaza is lost.
That was a blast. Persistent water.
Sounds
This is
about
getting
right.
serious.
Come on. Shoot. I don't even know what inting is. Don't even know what that means.
You've yielded
Time
the
to do some
fear.
real damage.
The blue team rises in my estimation.
$300,000. Anybody knows what that INTING means? Obviously, I don't know what that means. Could you let me know? It's probably not something good. Probably not playing the way I need to be. I definitely. I think I should have stayed mid. Probably was one thing I should have stayed mid more. But there it is. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I think the more conditions you have, the better, because obviously you're healing, you're gaining barriers. So the goal is just to stay as long as possible. There's multiple ways you could play this, but I'm trying to multiple ways you could build this. I'm just trying a little differently. Like this is a good AoE skill, which is nice. It's got boon conversion and all that burning and boon conversion, which is always nice. Boon conversion, barrier, healing, and stuff like that. You've got your conditions, which affect you. You've got your way to get rid of them, which is quite nice as a break stun as well, which is also quite nice. You have your knockdown. You've got your burning. You've got your crippling, your chain, your torment stacks. You've got your other more boon conversion, condition transfer, boon transfer, and bleeding. So while you have like good ways to apply conditions, is making sure that they stick and they land. If you can't hit the land, obviously it's not going to do well. If the people have a way to get rid of them, again, you're not going to do well. But one reason I do like the scepter is because every attack applies conditions which can slowly start to heal you. So I think that's the big thing. Obviously, that game did not go well. We started off. I think we were just. I think I was trying. And this is probably an issue that for me is I'm trying to show you guys ranked where these builds fall at, because then you guys can see. Okay, yeah, right now I'm silver 3, so you can kind of tell where these builds are doing. Obviously, unranked, it's hard to tell. It might be better to do unranked. Yes, I am doing this for the rewards, like the gold and the chests and stuff, which is good. But I also think it helps determine where the build is, like if it's good or not, or kind of helps me figure out. Okay, I've had some people say we're based on ranking. This is what you want in your builds, so I'm trying to do that more often too. But I think it's probably hindrance people who are really trying hard. But then there's some builds that do really well, and then there's some that do good and some that do bad. So it definitely hit and miss on how helpful it is for the team. Um, but it again, it's the rewards, and if I mean it's a hit or miss. If you have a good build, obviously I want to show how well it does in ranked and all that stuff. But unranked, I think, can be the same thing though too. Um, so I guess you guys watched this and have played with me. I apologize if I didn't play well. Um, I think it helps to kind of show where I'm at skill wise. Like if I was up in the gold or platinum would be great. If I was higher gold, um, obviously I would probably try and tweak the builds more. Um, but it's just figuring out what I want to do. But hope you guys are enjoying the builds and the videos. definitely my more popular videos, which is is always a good thing. I definitely do enjoy the game, um, but I get competitive and frustrated at times when things don't go my way. I'm trying to get a better job at that, and not really look at the chat as often. I should just hide that so I'm not looking at it. Um, but I don't know. It's hit or miss. So I apologize if I me playing in ranked has hindered you in some fashion. I do understand. But I said it's also nice to show kind of where rank wise in the whole ranks where I'm playing at and how they do in the spot I am. Some of the builds have done really well, and so it's kind of this probably work for quite a bit, or some of them like okay it needs tweaking, um, or like I said they're good at this stage but if you get higher they might need tweaking, so it's kind of all that stuff too. It's kind of why I do the rank stuff. And yes, mainly for the rewards, which is probably not a good thing to admit. But it is partially why I do it. I mean, the gold adds up nicely. It really does. So, I got 2 chests left. So, all right, we'll do this game, and then we'll kind of. I mean, we've been trying to do it and stuff, but talk about the build and all that stuff. And see how it goes from there. But so far, I think it's good. I think it's definitely looking for the places to fight. I think it's looking for fights and seeing how long we can survive. I think that's my big thing. All right, here we go.
Hold on to your points. Seize theirs. You've lost life. You've captured the field.
No, shoot. Dang it. Got one down, I couldn't get the other one to fall. Come on.
You've captured the field.
I'm bleeding.
Oh, come on.
You've lost the field.
Replenishing.
Okay, really? Seriously? This isn't gonna go well either, is it? God. That's kind of frustrating.
The Colosseum's artifacts are accruing power. You've captured the field.
Oh, come on.
Now it's
The artifacts have reached maximum power. Red team has obtained an artifact.
We can't even get out of our home. That proves it's gonna go well if we can't get out of our home.
Your spirit is mine.
time to do some real damage. Impressive combination.
No! I don't know why I didn't get up with the other person going down. When they can hold us at home, that's never a good sign.
You've lost life.
Get up.
A new pattern revealed.
Oh, come on. What the? Come on.
Power. You've captured dragon. Blue team has obtained an artifact. The artifacts have reached maximum
Time to do
power.
some real damage.
God.
You've lost life.
Time to do some real damage. Need some healing here.
You've captured the field.
Oh, crap.
A new pattern revealed.
Need support. Time to do some real damage. Still alive.
Jeez. Yuck. Just getting overwhelmed everywhere. It's one reason I like the condition builds more than condition heal. It's kind of fun to get a bunch of conditions, then use the staff skill to transfer them, and you hit everybody on the other team. It works really well.
You've lost the field.
Okay, really?
The Colosseum's artifacts are accruing power.
Now it's
God. So close.
Have reached maximum power.
Last game went better.
I feel good.
You've lost Lion.
Shoot. That's really frustrating. The potential is there, I think. Um I don't know. Like I want to say it was good. We did win not a lot of duels, which is kind of frustrating. But I'm gonna have to say I think it's a good. It's good. Um, if you get, like I said, if you get the weaknesses is there's not a lot of condition transfer. So one skill you could do is to consume conditions to heal for all of them, which is always a good thing. Um, Other than that, I think it's just stun break too. I think it's just conditions and the stun breaks. We get too much of those, and we thrive off of them to hopefully send out. But when they're a little beyond our control, what we're used to taking, and this doesn't help, then it becomes a little overwhelming. So I think it's it's just tweaking things and making sure that we have condition cleanse, stun break, and I think those are the big things. Obviously more conditions, so I probably could have done, and then weapons too. It's literally just tweaking things to make sure. But good AOE, good condition damage, great skills. I think a couple of these I think I would change. But in general, these are like good skills. This is really nice. It's a stun break and a condition transfer, but depending on what class your client, depending on what class your classes you're playing against, and if they're all on your team, all those conditions get sent to you. Gotta make sure you know what you have and then send them back. I think that was something I didn't do a good job on. But overall, it was a good build. So um, I hope that you guys enjoyed the build and the video. If you did, be sure to hit that like, subscribe button. Take care. Have a great rest of your day, guys. And I will catch you all in the next one.